pregnancy vlog postpartum. I am no longer pregnant anymore. March 17th was the day that little Hayden was born, and sorry I haven't updated this in a long time. I had a few complications after the birth that kind of sapped my strength, so I'm slowly regaining that every day, and actually feel really good today. My back doesn't really hurt anymore. But I'll give you all the details. I'll start from the beginning. 5 a.m. went in to be induced, March 17th, St. Patty's Day, and they checked us in, got in the room. They started the Pitocin right around it was after 6. They said that the maximum dosage they usually use to induce is like 30 or 40, whatever calculation they use, 30 or 40. And they started me off at 2, and the entire time the maximum I was at a 6 on the Pitocin, so they barely even touched it. My body was just needed that little jump start to get the contractions really going regularly. And so they came in and broke my water, and from the time they broke my water to the time he was born, it was about 6 hours. So not bad at all. It went by so quick. I did have an epidural because I don't know if it was a nerve pain or exactly what it was, but they said something about like my cervix being pinched between my bones and the baby. And let me tell you what, the epidural didn't even touch that pain. It was the most excruciating pain, and the contractions, they weren't bad at all. I could have handled those no problem. I mean, maybe once things got going, I don't know, but that pain was pretty bad, and it started pretty early, and it got worse as the baby just continued to move down and didn't relieve until he actually was out. So anyway, so labor was really quick. Besides that pain, he was a little bit baby, had a pretty significant tear, but that one actually I've been recovering really well from that. And he was born 8 pounds 13 ounces, and I was a week early, so I can only imagine what he would have been if he was full term. 20.5 inches long, just the most beautiful little boy in the world. He's the sweetest little baby, he does so well. We are very blessed with just this little perfect little package. So after the birth, I did have some internal bleeding. The doctor had to manually remove the placenta. He said it was falling apart. Don't really remember all the details. I was just so consumed with my little baby. But it was about an hour and a half after I had given birth where I pretty much almost passed out just because I had lost so much blood, and I was continuing losing blood. The nurses said that it looked like somebody had taken a crayon and just colored my face white. My lips matched my face. It was just white. So they put me on oxygen, put me on different stuff, and they just took my blood, continued to monitor it. And 5 a.m. the next day, they took my blood again, one of the many times, just to continue to watch my levels. And the doctor said that it was bad enough that they had to take me into surgery and kind of figure out what's going on. Long story short, I still had the epidural line in, and they gave me the another epidural, and some really heavy sedatives instead of putting me under general anesthesia, just because I had kind of not really eaten, just drank some chocolate milk like 4 hours before, and they were really concerned about me throwing up if I put on, getting under the general anesthesia. So they just took me into the OR, and those sedatives knocked me out. So I wasn't even awake, but I woke up when the doctor told me, he had finished, and there was that sheet right in front of my face, like you see in the movies. But they had to do a DNC. They scraped the inside of my uterus. There was some pieces of placenta still left, and they were bleeding out. I guess I had like a hematoma, which is some kind of like internal bruise, whatever, that was bleeding into itself or something weird. But thankfully, my body had already started healing itself. God really helped me with that, for sure. So I was definitely on the road to recovery, but they had to give me a blood transfusion, a couple units of blood, because I had lost so much. So it ended up being really good, because the doctor did say, they might actually even have to cut me open, possibly do a hysterectomy, just because, I was still continuing to bleed. So, but everything's good now. That did sap my strength. My back hurt really bad. I don't know just probably from the regular pregnancy hormones, my joints are loose or whatever. You know, so anyways, that is a long story. But that is pretty much why I haven't updated anybody yet. So thank you everybody for your prayers and well wishes for me and Hayden. Hayden did awesome when he came out. He is perfectly healthy. He's just the most wonderful little boy. He's already started gaining back the weight. You know, newborns always lose a little bit, but last week at his doctor's appointment he had already started gaining back weight, so he's definitely a good eater and no problems there. So anyways, I will let you take a look at him. Okay, I'll let you look at him. He likes to be nice and snuggly, so we always, it's been a little cool here too, so we always keep a little hat and mittens on him because his little fingers are icicles when they're out. So here's the sleeping prince. Out like a little light. Little sweeter baby we couldn't ask for. Hi, sweets.
And Daddy likes to sleep like he's sleeping right now.
So there he is. He's already getting bigger. I can tell he's filled out a lot more. And he was born. He had a really good tan when he was born. And his hair was really dark. He has a full head of hair, but his hair is already lightening up just a little bit. And my mom thinks maybe because his skin is starting to get a lot lighter. He's going to be pale, pale, pale like me and Daddy are. So, so yeah, that is it for my pregnancy vlog. No longer pregnant, so I can't give you weekly updates, but maybe I'll throw one on every once in a while to show you the progress of our little boy here, little Hayden Archer. So thank you guys, everyone, so much for following along and on this adventure of ours, and it's been wonderful. So that's about it for now for my pregnancy vlog.